Hi everyone, it's Jerry. I have a chess miniature to share with you from 1982. Only a 24 mover here. On the white end, Mikhail Tal, playing against Bosko Abramovic. Alright, this one here starts out calm enough. Queen's Gambit declined. Exchange variation. Bishop deployed to f4. And the first moment to really speak of is right about here, I would say. Once black has made this commitment to essentially fianchetto, the light square bishop, you could kind of already have your eye on this Pillsbury attack. So, key move here with the Pillsbury attack is a knight jump early into this e5 square, and it also paves the way for this queen transfer, f3, h3, and from this point she will coordinate really well with both kingside minors, the knight and the bishop. So the focus from that h3 square will be on h7, and also this d7 square. So the bishop has the intention to go ahead and fianchetto. We see just that. Trying to challenge the knight right here, knight d7. You're asking for knight c6. White could consider hunting the dark square bishop. All right, black carries on with the fianchetto idea. Queen f3. And from here we see knight b to d7. Now, what's considered top is deploying this knight to its favorite square, increasing pressure, we might say, on d4. Potential downside, I guess, in a way, with playing queen to f3. She isn't around to secure the d4 pawn. In the event of knight c6, though, what white could do is carry on with development, and you don't have to react to this pressure just yet. If black takes on d4, white would first insert the capture here on c6, and we would play this position here with a central RAM structure. Calls this one around plus 0.5. So some moves the computer has an eye on from here. Of course, playable position. But in this game, we see knight b to d7. And from here, Tal castles. Now, even better than castles is an immediate queen h3. If you play queen h3 right now, you're already ready to unleash some tricks here on h7. There's these ideas to take on d7, bishop takes h7 in some order. Here's the thing. After castles in this position, black can play queen c8 now, which would interfere with this queen h3 move. So if we just go back for a moment, if queen h3 right now, instead of castles, and black tries queen c8 here, it would not work because there's knight takes d7 in this position. And if knight takes knight, you're going to lose the king. And if queen takes knight, you'll end up losing the queen. In just a couple moves, there's this shot, bishop takes h7. These are all very familiar tactics out of the Pillsbury attack. What do you do here? Knight takes bishop. There you go. You lose the queen. And if you move the king, you're still going to lose the queen with this discovered check. So immediately going for queen h3 would have been the way here by Tal. But he first castles. Black does not end up playing queen to c8 in this position. Pretty much makes, I would say, a losing move. It's a wrong idea. Black ends up playing a6 here, looking to expand on the queen side. Best is queen c8, and in that way, if queen h3 in this position, black could exchange queens, could insert knight takes knight, and queen exchange is going to happen shortly. All right, no queen c8 in this game. We have a6. And now here comes the attack. Very dangerous. Queen here on h3. Again, coordinating with the bishop and knight on these 2 points, d7 and h7. what are you supposed to do now? In the game, G6 is the move. It is considered top. However you slice it, there's going to be a significant weakness now in Black's camp. So with G6, you weaken dark squares. We'll see that Tal pounces on those dark square weaknesses right away. And the alternative, H6 is almost certainly asking for a sacrifice on H6. So I just want to give you a taste for this. What might it look like? Next up, we're looking at F4, Rook F3, Rook G3. Crushing attack from here. If first Rook E8, you could insert a check and then go for same idea. The Rook lift. Overwhelming attack here. So the try in this one, Black goes with G6, remains strong on light. The downside are the dark square weaknesses. Tal hops right to it. Bishop H6 with tempo. Follow up, F4. The Rook is ready to enter the scene. There's also a battering ram here. F5 just to break down the F file. Invite both rooks essentially into the attack. From here we have Bishop D6. Knight is thrown in a pin. Unpinned. And now that there is not as much pressure on E5, we go with F5. There's no save here for Black, so let's just see what the attempt is in the game. We see the capture on D4, and we don't have to react to either attack against the knight. White could already crash through here on G6. In the game, Black takes the knight here on E5. If you take the other knight, there would be a really nice continuation here. I'll throw it to you as a pop quiz. How would you continue in the event of D takes C3? Feel free to pause the video. Okay, queen sacrifice leading to checkmate. We can actually check our way to checkmate with this sequence, and it kicks off with queen takes H7, king F8, mate on F7. So you'd have to take with a knight. Pawn takes knight. Now where do you go? Three options. If you go to F8, there would be three mate in ones. 1, 2, 3. And if king G7, checkmate in 2. Check, checkmate. And finally, the last one to cover is the king trying to hide in the corner. Well, we have an answer to that as well. Knight takes F7 check, followed up with bishop H6 for mate. We don't need the queen. This is plenty of material to weave a mate. 20 points of material. All right, how it plays out in this one, we do not see. The C3 knight captured. It's knight takes E5. Following up, bishop takes knight. Queen takes H7 check. Only move. And now we can simply recapture here on D4. What do you do now? No time to take the bishop. There's going to be mate on F7. The try here is to remove the G6 pawn. At least there's no mate here, but white is simply crashing through. Swipes the knight. Bishop is in a pin. Tal could already collect the bishop here, but he invites all of his pieces in on the attack, works on this pin, works on the better bishop, trying to track this piece down. Rook F3 from here. Rook E6, double up, and from here we see rook to C8. Something else, let's say saving the bishop, not going to end well. A reply here could be queen takes G6. And there isn't a way to add a third defender. There wouldn't be a way to add a third defender to the bishop. King here steps out of the pin. The king is a new defender, but you'd be removing a defender in the process. At most, you could only defend the bishop twice. This will fall, and soon the king will fall. But how it plays out in this game, Black puts the rook here on C8, maybe looking for some lateral defense, but at this point, Tal goes ahead and scoops up that piece. and black simply resigns. Only a 24 mover. The attack continues in this final position. There's no defense here. The queen hitting a bunch of stuff. Knight takes d5, hammering away at that bishop to follow. Plenty of ways to do it from here. Not even a shadow of an attack here. No counterplay whatsoever for black. Anyhow, what are your thoughts on this one? Feel free, as usual, to leave any feedback to this video in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed it and maybe took a thing or two away. That's all for now. Take care.